I just finished what I hope is an informative piece of work in two parts. I covered as much of the issue as I possibly could. I realized that there's questions being posed, some of which might insult some people in authority. I don't mean to depict any of the professionals in authority as inherently crookedly or unfavorably unless they have done something to prove themselves to be not so above reproach as they would like to be considered. It's important that we have checks and balances in our society. It's important that we have openness. It's important that we recognize that our stereotypes about Russia were too important to us for us to respond to their reform when reform was in the asking during Glasnost and Perestroika. That makes us instrumental in the tragedy that has arisen, and it makes it mandatory that we participate in negotiations that could restore a balance, a safety, a sense of reform, and encourage understanding between us as people. The world's leadership should be looking, as they did in Egypt, to addressing the climate change catastrophe that is boiling fast and hard upon us. I've raised questions about the purges. I think these are significant and important historical questions that should not be avoided. However, I also know that other people have other things they have to deal with. All of our hands are full. I'm not trying to justify anything. I'm not trying to sweep anything under the carpet. My name is James McRowland Curry. I live in Tacoma. I'm a nonviolent, unarmed species of American citizen. I grew up in the 60s. My father was one of America's great educators. He was nothing but a source of pride to me as his first son. James McRowland Curry, or Matt Curry, is a name that I have strived to live up to. My papers online include research into access planning in Hollywood. I look into the history of jaywalking and the immigrants and refugees crisis that has led us to misunderstand and lead to unsafe ideas about the Muslim community. People who have always been malicious towards me have summoned malicious ideas towards me and fomented malicious ideas about me. I'm too old to change my ways, but as you can see, I'm not under arrest. Everybody knows who I am and how I live. Who cares to know who I am and how I live? I'm approachable. People on the street know me. People in office buildings know me. People in history books know me. Teachers know me. I look forward to learning more. I look forward to studying more. I'm not an ideologue. My ideas are subject to review, peer review, and revision.